Rangers paying the price for failed choices in the top 10 in 2017 and 2018. The perhaps inevitable and eminently predictable departure of Vitaly Kravtsov to the Continental Hockey League last month, which seemingly put an end to the forward's strange and affected tenure in the NHL, provided a stark reminder of the 2 consecutive NHL drafts that are now costing the New York Rangers dear. No, Kravtsov was no longer donning the blue shirt when he returned home to play with a 2-year contract with his former team, Traktor Chelyabinsk, having mercifully been traded to the Vancouver Canucks for a 7th-round pick in 2026 and forward Will Lockwood on February 25. The conclusion of his long and winding journey through North American hockey, however, turned the spotlight back on his original team and how their failures in a pair of top 10 picks continue to reverberate throughout the Rangers roster. This occurred in 2017 and 2018 when the team's management reached for 2 players who were not seen with nearly the same regard in the league as the Blueshirts had for them. The painful result is that the Rangers have little to show for those opportunities and a roster that is not as good as it could have been had the front office pursued a more solid approach to those high draft picks. Every team fails in the draft, of course. In both of the years in question, however, former general manager Jeff Gorton seemed to employ questionable decision-making with 2 top picks that have long been considered lost causes, despite the relatively short time since being selected by the Blueshirts. The selection of Anderson by the Rangers was flawed from the start. It is fair to say that expectations were high for the Rangers inside Chicago's United Center on June 23, 2017. The club possessed a first-round pick for the first time since 2012. In fact, they had 2 as a result of a trade with the Arizona Coyotes that brought back what turned out to be the 7th overall selection along with Tony DeAngelo for Derek Stepan and Antti Ranta. With that pick and the first one, more on that later, Gorton had the chance to add high-ceiling prospects that had not been available to the Blueshirts during the draft for 5 years. The Rangers, however, were not picking high enough to attract elite talent that year. Interested in University of Massachusetts defenseman Cale Makar, Gorton saw him fall to the 4th spot, where he was snatched up by the Colorado Avalanche. 3 picks later, the Rangers landed Swedish center Elias Andersson.